Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, and welcome to another week of the Rough Cuts. And guess who I'm with today? A guy who's wearing a Bill Cosby-like sweater, MJ Kelly. And did your grandmother give you this sweater, MJ? That's what you told me.
All you kids love talking about your movies and your clips. I'm going to talk about Joe Pudding.
I believe she gave you this, and what was the face like you made when she gave you this sweater?
It's like, oh.
But then you realized it was like a John McBride kind of...
Yeah, when I thought of that, I'm like, oh, I'm wearing this all the time.
It's sort of a tight squeeze spot over here. And, it's very early, but we wanted to do something for the Rough Cuts. Because, yes. And what are we going to talk about today, MJ?
Well, one of our top list of favorite films, and films very near and dear to us. Bean, the movie.
And in Europe, it's called Bean, the Ultimate Disaster Movie.
Yeah, and also, isn't that what it's called in England as well?
I believe so. And so I think some places the original title might have been Bean Goes to America or something.
No, I know. I remember the original trailer, the one saying something. Remember, it listed all these disasters like volcanoes, dinosaurs, aliens, tornadoes are for sissies. This year, terror wears a human face, and you see a shadow, and he leans behind a curtain and goes, "Hello." Laughs.
You know what I remember
that was
too?
cool.
I remember being in computer class back like in 1996. I think because the movie came out like a year before in Europe, in England, and I remember in camp computer class, and I think this is before I had a computer at home or something like that. And I remember I went on there and was watching the trailers in the class. We're supposed to be like designing this website or something. And I was in there watching it, and I was like, ugh. They had clips from the movie. It was the weirdest thing. I always remember that. I always remember too, printing out and getting so screamed at in this class. I remember at one point, I'm sure some of you remember, there was going to be the Lost Boys 2. It was originally going to be the Lost Girls. It was going to be like these surfer girls, and Corey Haim was going to be like in it for a little bit or something. Well, I remember for some reason I printed out the script, and the script was like 200 pages or something. So like someone's like, "Who's printing this?" And then no one knew what it was, and they kept yelling, "Who's printing this?" I think they had to unplug it from the wall to stop it. But it kept printing, and I think I accidentally printed 2 copies of it, so it was doing it twice. So I'm not kidding.
That's like really 400 pages.
This really happened. In this camp, I had so many problems in this camp. I'm not sure why we're talking about it, but another one was there was this kid there who jammed my foot into a door and nearly broke my toe off. I had a lot of problems in this camp, and then I got to get put, I was probably about 11 maybe, or 12, and I had to get put in the older group. So it was me in this. They had to switch me to another camp group. It was me and like these 17-year-olds, and like everyone was like, "What's this kid doing here?" It was a weird experience. Yeah, I don't know what this has. I don't know what this has to do with Bean, but the thing about Bean is, Bean came out during problematic years of our lives. We love the movie, but it's got some bad, baggage with it around the time that it came out.
And we're talking about this one.
Adam Rifkin hat. Yes.
That's why our good friend. That's why with the second one, Bean's Holiday. See, the one thing that has over this one. See, they're both amazing in their own ways. The one thing that has over this one is it didn't come out at a problematic time in our lives.
Like when you watch Mr. Bean's Holiday, and the thing is, we were in middle school when Mr. Bean came out.
And the first one did.
The first one came out, and I'm sure some of you out there had a great time middle school, and middle school was like my life. But us, no, like some of the worst years of our entire lives. I mean, we may have like crappy days at the job or at work or whatever. Nothing can compare to middle school. Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't think anything ever could.
No.
Compared to the problems and the principles and the issues and like people being so rude to us and everything under the sun happened in middle school.
I know, it's stuff.
And now why are we calling the Rough Cut channels up with this crap? We're giving them like a lesson now. People are probably like crying up with tears.
It's like, I feel so bad for these two. I wish they went to my middle school.
I know. I'm trying to give people a little longer video on the Rough Cuts this week. I know. So let's get on with the movie now. Basically, the movie starts with Rowan Atkinson's character, Mr. Bean, who is if you haven't seen Mr. Bean, you've got to see Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean started as a show, like a TV show that he did like specials like every year or two. Remember that?
Yeah. It was like back in England in the 80s.
Yeah, and then they went to like 94. The last one was the Hair by Mr. Bean. For some reason, they called it like the Unseen Mr. Bean. I don't really know why that would have been unseen. It was good.
I know.
In this movie, though, what does he come to America for? Yeah, he comes to America for an art thing like he works this art gallery, and they want to send
They
someone.
wanted a representative, and the thing was, the guys at the gallery said he's the worst employee. And they said this is our chance to get him out of here for a while. They said, and then they said, so let's just send him over. They don't know that he's like they don't know how experienced he is.
Because the boss of the art gallery likes Mr. Bean and doesn't want him fired.
Yeah, he likes him. He said,
so he gets sent over there.
he's like, I hired him back when I was starting out in this company, and I think he's splendid, and I want him to do it.
And he gets sent over, and he stays with Janos. Now Janos stops using that accent.
Peter McNichol, was
I
that?
think so.
I think
And-
it
and,
says on the back here.
And basically he's Janos from Ghostbusters 2. He's like,
Yeah.
the child. How's Janos
No,
doing?
it's like this, like, yes, a child. Oh.
Did you ever wonder how what weird acting that was when you think about it?
When I was a kid, I loved it. I still do.
When
but
you watch
it's
it now, you're like, ooh, what cheesy acting for a movie like that?
It's like hello, it's like, oh, hey, hello, I happen to
Hello.
be here, in this neighborhood, and I just thought I would drop by.
I don't know. And then I feel like even every scene with Janos in it, everyone acted kind of strange too. You know what I mean? And Bill Murray's like, yeah, go to it. Yeah. It's like, oh. You know what I mean? It had some weirdness to it.
The thing is, it's funny. I don't get why people didn't like it, though. It was great. And then it's like, why am I dripping with goo? It's like, well, sorry we had to hose you there. Hey, man, I love you. Oh, yeah? Well, I love you, too.
Well, basically, though, he gets over there, and there's this big painting of Whistler's mother it's at the gallery in America that he goes to. And Mr. Bean, of course, ends up screwing up the painting. He ends up...
Should we say... thing is, I'm sure by now most people have seen it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, basically he ends up getting ink on it, then it gets smeared on the painting, he doesn't know what to do.
First, what happens is he sneezes on it, and then
Yeah.
he takes a handkerchief out, and I think a pen leaked in his, and then when he's trying to wipe it off, and it leaked all over the thing in his pocket, so he had to clean it, and then he took the painting off, and then there was the stuff that said, he thought it would remove ink, it turned out it was paint remover,
Yeah.
and then the entire thing was, like, the part on the face was dissolving, he was freaking out, and he would, like, wipe the whole thing clean, so he, by the time Janos comes back and finds
Yeah.
out, he's like, where's the picture gone?
No, do it the right way.
Yeah, he
Where's
said-
the picture, though?
No, actually, no, this is how he says, he's like, where's the picture gone? And then he's like,
Well, do it if it was Janos
He's
asking
like,
about
it's
the
like,
picture.
where has the painting gone to? And then he's like, well, why? And then, like, when he shows him, he, like, took the rest of what he had in this pen and then drew this weird, like, bald face with a long nose, like, this weird smile. And it's like, oh, jeez! He's, like, freaking out about it. It got so bad.
Now, this channel has a limit of 10 minutes, so let's make sure
Okay.
we don't talk too long. Now, the one thing that's funny about this movie is it's on DVD, and the DVD, they've reissued it a couple times, but it's the same DVD, no new features, no anything. They need to put one out, a Blu-ray and a new DVD. But what's weird is, this is like one of the few times this has ever happened. There's a special edition VHS that came out the same time as the DVD, and this VHS has deleted scenes. It has 17 minutes of deleted scenes. And the thing about these deleted scenes is a lot of deleted scenes suck. You watch them, you're like, I can tell why these are deleted.
Right.
These deleted scenes, some of them were almost better than the movie.
Kind of like, or some, like, fit, like, in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, every scene that was deleted, I thought,
Should've been
this
in it.
should have stayed in the movie.
And all these scenes, every one of them was good.
Yes.
And I think they might have cut down some of them because it might have made it close to an R or a little bit weird. Like one sleep,
You could tell-
falls asleep on the guy's balls and everything on the plane.
That's what I find interesting. This was originally R. Mr. Bean's Holiday got cut down to G.
I
The
know.
same thing. The movie goes from R all the way to G. That was the only
Because they even
thing I've
saying
ever-
that. They say it would have been rated R if they would have kept some of these scenes in it.
I know. And Mr. Bean's Holiday, I think, originally was going to be like PG, but they cut that down to G. I'm thinking it's amazing how a movie series can go. The first one goes from R, and then the second one goes all the way down to G. That's amazing.
I know. Well, thanks a lot for watching the Rough Cuts this week. And definitely check out Mr. Bean. It's on regular DVD. And if you can track down this VHS to see the deleted scenes, it's worth it for those.
And also check out Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Check out the show, and anybody who's in the DVD company who does Blu-rays and who is in control of the stuff. I think we're
Put out
not
a
the
better
only
version of them.
Yeah, no, I need put out a DVD with this stuff and anything else maybe that we've never seen before.
I know.
You know, I'm sure I speak for a lot of people who like Mr. Bean when I say that we would like to see this come out on Blu-ray.
Okay, now we gotta go now. Give Mr. Cosby a sweater back, okay?